Hey, what's going on out there, Motorized Bike World? So here we have a engine we've been working on. I'm going to try to get through most of this through. Some of the videos might be just out of place a little bit, but we're pretty good in order here. Showing here some orange gel thread lock. We used that for the keeper on the drive gear. You can see we also have the washer in there. Comes with that standard. It was an 8mm wrench. Nice bolt. Here we have the actuator for the clutch, the arm. We took that off, sanded it, cleaned it, painted it. Did a lot of cleaning on the engine with the small wire wheel and a Dremel. There it is with a coat of paint on it. Went through this thing pretty much completely, top to bottom. There's your clutch. Wiped everything out of that. Put some brand new red and tacky Lucas in there. There's a lot more we did to this that I didn't take pictures of. Here it is somewhat assembled. That's the clutch in it and the drive gear. There's some more work we did on that, polishing that bolt back up, or nut rather, the polished cases. We dipped those with an aluminum cleaner and hit them with a buffing wheel. You see down in the corner there, my reflection of my hand, pretty much a mirror shine. Let's see, what was this about? Oh yeah, just setting up the clutch response there. Got that dialed in about 2 turns back and then tightened it up. And so that's all ready. His driven gear, although it's not too old, was starting to bend and had worn pretty badly. So we went ahead and replaced that. That's Easy Lube chain stuff for a biking pickup and probably like a Walmart. I use that on there and few drops, turn it, few drops, turn it. Good dry silicone. I don't like to put the Lucas in there. We did put in a little more of the thread lock on the engine mounts in the back. Clean those all, really clean everything before you can thread lock it. Clean most every bolt in there. Polish quite a bit of them too. That's the back mount that we painted for them. And put some Permatex on top of the wiring since it was out of 3M liquid tape. And then we wrapped that all up with 3M tape as well, electrical tape. After that, it started to set. You can see I'm pointing on the sides where we just rounded out the edges, so we shouldn't have any type of a ring snag. We did the port work on that for him. Got some really nice numbers at the end. Wasn't quite what we were shooting for, but pretty close. So happy with that. It's going to be just a little under where I wanted to be, but it's well within tolerance, and it should run for a really long time. And let's see here. Oh yeah, just taking a picture of the keyways, going back in, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. So again, then you can see the left side of that's been worn and the new one next to it. He's running a short rod, older one. It's got 19mm plates on there instead of 15 or 17. Really nice, heavy. Should have good crank pressure. Got the driven gear back on. Let's see, what else did we do there? Just trying to remember. This took all day, actually 2 or 3 all days, slowly but surely. The cone on the cylinder head was just a little too wide, so I had to sit there with the hand files and go all around the edge of that and get that so it would fit just inside of his cylinder. I want to say it was like 38.38, something like that, and the cylinder was like 0.45. So within a few thousand, 36, yeah. So that locks right in. Makes a really nice tight fit. We did put a special gasket on there for him. He uses a copper one typically, but we had to change that out for a real thin aluminum gasket. Not your standard thing that comes with the bike. So let's see, what else is it here? Oh, there is a picture of that gasket right there. And cleaned the back of the intake off. Had some debris on there. We just hit that with a wheel real quick and then went over that with a flat file. And I'm going to be using the Permatex on that as well. That should draw down tight enough. He shouldn't have any type of a leak, but we went around that with a pretty good glob, thicker than I usually do. So I think we're going to be running the numbers on this pretty soon. We had some numbers that before numbers and then after numbers, and then I went back in at the end and made just a few more minor adjustments. We dropped the bottom of the intake just a little bit, brought the number up slightly. I don't want too hog wild with it. I still have to do the math and figure out what his blowdown is, but I want to say we ended up with, I don't know, I'll post it in here somewhere or post it in a short or something, but pretty close to 180, and I think it was like 125, 130, somewhere in there. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for subscribing and following us. If you haven't hit the all notification, please do that. We go live quite a bit, as most of you who do follow the channel know. Special shout out to My Bikes, Kevin's Shop, and some new subscribers we have. Thank Kevin for his clutch tool. Mine is almost worn out. I'm going to have to get him to make me another one or ask my machinist here for one. Here's just some more of the bike going back together. He does have the groovy super magnet in there, and I have found a place on Amazon that sells the same thing without the print. I'll try to post a link for that somewhere. Actually, looks like it might be even a better magnet. Not sure, but we can talk about that more on a live. I'll show you guys exactly what it is. Just came in the mail today, so yeah, back to the build here. I closed those ends up with some hot glue. I use A&D on the bearing. Just squeeze that all in there and then drop that in and then put your bucking bar in. And it does disintegrate eventually, but it allows that bearing to just really seat itself. And then it's always spinning anyway, so trying to think. I know there was something else about this I wanted to share, but right off the top of my head, it's not coming to me. Yeah, shout out to the machinist, though, Dave over at Hawkins Machine Shop in Coventry, Rhode Island. Also want to say thank you to Cars Paint Plus for the aluminum wash. And here's the back of the reed. We're just waiting for that to dry. And then we're going to install it. We put a good amount of gray Permatex on the base. We let that sit for just a few minutes and then tightened it right down. So should be without any leaks. Hopefully, I want to say. If all the surfaces did end up being flat and mated, which is what we're trying to do. So had put a little bit of 3-in-1 in there when we put the ring in. And then at the end, what I always like to do is take about a capful or 2 capfuls of 2-stroke oil and just dump it in the top and work the piston over several times, 20, 30 times. And maybe I'll even get in there with the drill and just run it on slow for a little while just to let it get the crosshatch and everything seated there. So 0.75 or what is that? 0.28, 0.29 thousandths. So that's pretty good squish, 1/32. And yeah, definitely gonna be good runner. That's for sure. So hey everybody, do want to thank you for spending some time with us today. Again, if you can hit the thumbs up, leave us a comment, and hope to see you all soon. So until then, be well, harm none, and Godspeed.